guys, it's Kim. In today's video, I'm just going to be telling you all my January reads, so everything I read this month, which wasn't that much because I was kind of busy, but that is what I'm going to be doing today. Alright, so my first read of January was Been Here All Along by Sandy Hall, and it's a really super cute little swooning romance, I guess you could say. Literally, the mini synopsis, I guess you could call this, on the front, it says, he's in love with the boy next door, and that basically is what the book is about. It's about these two guys. One is named Kyle and one's named Gideon. They grew up together, and they're best friends. They have been since they were like 5, I think. And now, I think they might be like 16 or 17, I don't remember. But one of them figures out he's got feelings for his best friend, you know. And so you kind of see that developing throughout the book. It's a really cute book. It's really quick read. It's not very angsty either, so if you like books that are not angsty and sweet and just quick, then I would definitely recommend this one. I gave it I think it was 4 or 4.5 stars on Goodreads. Like I said, I liked it. Sometimes it's good to read a book that's not super complex. This is what I started the year off with, and I liked it. I'm glad I did. My second read of the year was The Chemist by Stephenie Meyer, and I did a full-length review on this over my thoughts and opinions on it, so you can check that out if you want to. I'll link it up here somewhere. If you don't know what this is about, it's kind of like a Jason Bourne's type story. It's about this girl who worked for this top secret agency, but she didn't work as a spy who can fight and kick butt. She worked more in a lab, mixing chemicals together and stuff. But they tried to kill her, and so she's on the run, and she's hiding, she's got different aliases, very paranoid, stuff like that. And so you get to see her story unfold, basically what she does because she's on the run and how she solves that problem. So that's what this is about. Stephenie Meyer did do a good job on it. I personally think so. I give it 4 out of 5 stars. So I liked it. I don't think it's her best novel, but I think she did a pretty good job. The next novel that I read was Labyrinth Lost by Zoraida Cordova. And I didn't actually like this book. The only thing that I probably really like about this book is the cover, because I think the cover is gorgeous. But other than that, I didn't really like the storyline. Or I like the idea behind it, but I didn't like the execution of it, I guess. So if you don't know what the book is about, it's about a bruja, which is witch in Spanish if you don't know what that means. But anyway, her name is Alex, and she doesn't like magic. She's super against it, hates it. So because she doesn't like magic, she tries to get rid of it, and what ends up happening is she does a spell that obliterates her family. They're not there anymore, they disappear, and she doesn't know what's happened to them, so she has to try and get them back. And this brujo, which is a male witch named Nova, helps her do that. That's what it's about, and I really liked that. When I heard it, I was like, oh my god, that's so cool, I really want to read that. So I went into it really excited to read it and see how Cordova wrote the novel, but I didn't like it. Like I said, the idea behind it was great, but the execution of it wasn't. I do commend Cordova on the fact that she includes a lot of Latin stuff in the book, because the main character and her family are Spanish, so actually most of the characters in here are Spanish, I think, but one. And she's a minority too, but I don't remember what she is. There's 2 things that weren't advertised on the novel, which the one thing that did bother me was that there's a love triangle in this book. I don't like love triangles, so the fact that there was one and they didn't say that there was gonna be one kind of irritated me. I was like, what are you doing? Because I really hate love triangles. Also, because there's a love triangle, I don't feel like both sides of the romance were developed well enough. So there was that. And the second thing that's not advertised on this book is that Alex is bisexual. So I do commend her for making Alex from a Latin heritage, bisexual, stuff like that. But I just wish that the book would have been developed better, because I think that's what my problem with this book was, is that it wasn't developed well enough. The ideas behind it were great, and so was the storyline, but I wish it would have been developed better and executed better, because I think if it had been, I would have liked it more, but I felt like it wasn't, so I didn't. I probably will not be reading the second one. I gave it 2 stars out of 5 on Goodreads, but that's just my personal opinion on the book. Okay, so my last read of this month was Black Hearts by Nicole Casterman. And if you don't know what this one is about, it's kind of like a origin story for the pirate Blackbeard. So that's what this is about, and I really actually like this novel. I took a lot of breaks between this book because I was busy, and then I would kind of come back to it and I'd be like, oh, I don't really want to read it, but then I'd like get into it and it's like boom, it was so good. I didn't want to put it down. So I think that like I commend the author for that because it didn't really take a lot to get me back into the story each time that I would pick it up. So anyway, the two main characters in this book are Edward Drummond, and he goes by Teach, and Anne Barrett. So anyway, obviously there's a romance between them because there's two main characters and most of the time there is. So if you like romance in books, then I guess that's good because there is one in here. The one thing that did bother me though, that I was kind of expecting this book to be set out in the sea and see like the pirate stuff in it, but it wasn't. Like most of it takes place on land, which I can see why now. It's like his background story, like what led him to become Blackbeard, like that's kind of what this is. That being said, I still liked it because I still think that Casterman did a really good job on it. The plot behind it I really liked, and there's so many plot twists in here that I really liked. There were some things that happened in this book where I thought like I think I'm fairly well at like predicting what characters are gonna do and what's gonna happen. And so some of it I thought was gonna be very like cliche stuff that happens all the time in other novels, but then she took it in a slightly different direction. And I was like, oh, okay, that's different. That's not what I was expecting. You kind of shocked me there. So I commend her on that. And I'm really excited to see the next one because I feel like that's the one where we'll get what I was expecting from this one, but we shall see. I gave this book 4 out of 5 stars on Goodreads because I liked it that much. I don't normally give books 5 stars unless I think they're amazing, but most of the time if I give books 4 stars, I was pretty impressed by them. I liked them. There were just like a few things that kept me from the 5-star rating. But yeah, if you have a second and would like, in the comment section down below, go ahead and write what your favorite reads of this month were, or your least favorite. I'd love to know. See if there's some on there that I do or don't know about. Alright, so that's all I have for today's video. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, hit the like button and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.